Hi everyone, my name is Fabiana and today I'm gonna be showing you how to make a snowman on a big Sentro machine. I have a Sentro 48 here. I don't have a small circular knitting machine, so that's why I'm making my snowman on this big one. And so I'm going to be using some white yarn, black yarn, because I want to make the hat. I was thinking the other day I would love to make the hat. And let's see if I can do it. If other than that, I'm using the red one, the red yarn for the gloves and for this little scarf. And beads this size for the eyes. I'm gonna be needing a darning needle. And I'm using some silicone glue so I can glue the hat and the feet as well. So I'm gonna be using some cardboard here, and I sort of made a little shape of how I want the feet to be like, and the size of the hat as well. I think this will have to be a bit smaller. We're going to start with the body, the little body that's all white, and I'm gonna be showing you how to do that right now. You're also gonna need a bit of stuffing to just stuff the little snowman after. So to start this snowman, we're gonna cast on. We don't need to really use waste yarn, so we're gonna cast on 25 stitches. This way. We are going to cinch it after, so that's why we don't really need waste yarn to start. And so after you cast on 25 stitches, we are going to start working this panel. This way, go very slow. If you never learn how to use panels, you're gonna learn now. So here, so you know, I'm using the tube mold, but making a panel, okay? So my needle won't lock on the beginning here. After you finish this first row, make sure that you go one peg after, so the yarn is underneath this lip. After this, the last peg that you are using, or the first peg that you are using to work, okay? So you have 2 rows now. You have to make sure you find a way to count your rows, because on the panel mold, the row counter doesn't really work. So let's keep making. See, that's the position you have to have when you're making second row. So let's keep going. Here, just put it down. This happens on the beginning. It won't happen anymore once you get going. And again, one after, one peg after, and then you can start your way back. You have to really pay attention to this the first peg to the edges, because they're a little tricky. So I'm gonna pull the yarn a bit when making this first stitch, just so my edge is not too loose, and that's how you make it. You make the edges a little better. It's just by pulling the yarn a bit every time you get to the edges. I have as well some wax here, in case you wonder. Just put a tape with the wax, and so this yarn goes through a little better. And so guys, just make around 30 rows with this, and then we can cast off after that. So I've made here my 30 rows, and in case you don't know how to count, it's quite easy. See the knots here on the edge? So each knot's 2 rows, so 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 8, 10, 12. You can count this way, it's really easy. And so I have 30 here, and now I'm going to cast off, okay? I really had a hard time with these yarns, really thick, so that's what I've been dealing with. Just cut a bigger piece of yarn than what I did, and you can start casting it off. Okay, now we have the body of our snowman. Now for the hat I'm gonna use the black, and we're gonna be casting on the same way because we're gonna cinch at the end, so we don't need to use waste yarn. And I'm going to cast on this time. I'm going to cast on 21 stitches for the hat. Okay, I already cut the pieces with the cardboard. So this is gonna be the top of my head, this is gonna be the bottom, and well, this is gonna be the feet. I'm gonna make the feet later. So just cast on 21 stitches this time. So I'm gonna be making 18 rows for the head, because the head's a little smaller. We can work there 18 rows this time. Just to figure out how the size of the little boots, all I did was just to grab that piece of cardboard that I want the feet size to be like, and I put the hat that I just made on top of it, and I saw the size that I actually need. So I need 3 stitches less. That's the way I'm making, or I can fold this way. I think that's what I'm doing. I'm gonna be folding this way so I can cinch on this side. So what I'm going to need is, and here you can count the stitches, 2, 4, 6, 8, 10 stitches, and around 18 rows as well. So 11 stitches, 10 stitches, and 18 rows for the feet. That's what I'm making now. So this is going to be my feet. And now I still need to make the arms and the scarf. And for the scarf, I'm gonna use just a few stitches really. I'm gonna use, you can just cast on anywhere on the machine you want. So I'm going to be using for the scarf 5 stitches. So just cast on 5. I think 5's enough. I just don't know how long I have to make, so I'm going to make around 30 rows and see how I go. I don't really know the size of it. I don't know the length of it, so I'm gonna keep making until I reach a size that I think is good for it. Here you can mix colors if you want, like if you want to put white, you can make black and white as well. I'm going to make just red. So for the little scarf, I made around 45 rows. Again, remove with the same yarn. So we're gonna be using this same technique for all the snowmen, for all the pieces, because we are going to cinch at the end. So the way I'm doing that is just here. You need to remove this last loop in one of the edges, and then you just pull it tight. So this is gonna close my scarf, and then on the bottom here, I think it's good size because it's gonna be like this around the head. Here I'm gonna make a little pom-pom to put here. I'm going to make 2 little gloves with 5 stitches, 6 rows. It's very little. Okay, I have 5 stitches, 7 rows here. I'm going to remove this. This is gonna be one of the gloves, and then make one more. And then I'm going to make the arms with only 4 stitches. So I need to go around it and sort of like this. This is how big it has to be, I think. 30 rows, I think is enough. So guys, I have all the pieces that I need here, and I'm going to put down the description below how many stitches and rows each one of these pieces have. So I'm going to start to put together the body of the snowman. So to do that, let me see. I want to cinch one of the sides. And so the bottom side, we always have to kind of remove this last knot here and then cinch it to close the bottom. Okay, and now because we made a panel, we have to mattress stitch the back. So we're gonna do that to most of the parts, the bigger parts anyway, which is the hat and the feet as well. So right after you finish this, okay, right after you cinch this, we're going to put the yarn through somewhere and just make a knot, because we need to close it really well. And then right after that, we are going to start to mattress stitch it, and then we are going to use this stitch in between here to mattress stitch all the way to the top, always in that same stitch. And so if you made this tube on your Sentro 22, we don't really need to do this part here, but I'm going all the way to the top part doing this. Make sure you always use that same stitch, the second one, and go all the way to the top. And once you got here to the top, you can remove the needle, and then we're gonna start, we have to start stuffing it. That's how the seaming looks like. I'm gonna put stuffing as much as you need. I think make it as a ball before and then put it in so it's more round. That's what I'm thinking. So this is that's my first amigurimi, and so I'm learning as well, guys. Okay, it looks round to me. So this is the bottom of it. And now I'm gonna make the head. Oh, there you go. Just make it really round. Just stuff it in. Okay, when you think you have enough, I think I don't have enough now. You can then cinch with the other side of the yarn, not the one you were working with, but the other one, which is this one. Okay, so the one you finished the work with, you can then cinch. Make sure the shape is right, okay? And then you can make a knot here, both parts together. Guys, I'm thinking I'm going to run this tail. I'm gonna cut one of them, but the other one I'm gonna use to just seam things together, make the body, the head tied. I'm going to go all the way to where I want the neck to be, and so I can make it tighter. And just make a knot when you're happy about it. Okay, so I need to put that arms now. Just making sure I have the right sizes. So just kind of test and see how you want it and where you want your pieces to be as well. So I'm thinking like this. So I'm going to put my arms together this way, making sure. Okay, so from here I'm going to just seam it like this. To one side and then to the other side as well. Make sure it goes through this part as well. Okay, so I'm going to put this so I can see if it worked or not. Okay, so just flip it over so people can't really see the back part of it, because we're gonna just leave it like that, these ones, just these two parts, because you don't really need to seam all the back of it. It's fine just like this. Now make sure you finish with these tails. So make a knot on the bottom one, because we don't have a knot there yet. After you cinch it, make a knot, make sure it's very tight, and then just hide this tail on the back. And then I want to put this glove on top here. And then just pull this one tight. And then make the other one as well. This is what I have now, and for this glove I'm making a little finger here. I'm gonna just do it this way, 2 chains, and then back here. And a single crochet. I don't have much yarn, so that's all I'm doing. And just finish it off here. And just make a knot back here. So to make the hat, what's gonna happen is I'm going to cinch the top. I'm going to cinch the top, and then I'm going to metro stitch like I did with the body all the way down there. I know it's hard to see, so just make the same thing we did on the white part, okay? Make sure it's very tight and make sure you start on both sides at the same spot. So when you get here, you're in the same place on both sides. I'm going to put some glue on this one. And I'm going to put in here this little sock that I have with the black. This way to start shaping this hat. And then I'm going to grab some stuffing, put in there. And then put the second part in, which is a little bigger than the other one. Put some glue in there too. Some glue here. And then just cinch this. Going like this up. Then I want to close this a little more to make the shape of this hat. Like it is a little thick here, so if you have your Sentro 22, this would be perfect, I think. Guys, this is how our hat looks like. I accidentally pulled the metro stitch too tight, so it's a little smaller on the back, which is kind of funny. But I think it actually looks alright. So I'll have to seam it to the top of the head of our snowman, like I'm thinking like this way. So I'm gonna make the feet now, already put the needle through, and I'm gonna cinch the back to the back of the feet. This the back of my feet and this the front. I'm gonna put it this way. And then I'm going to cinch a little bit until it has the shape that I want on the back. And then cinch the other side too, so it has the size that I want, like this. And then I'm just going to, I know it's hard to see, but it's just I'm making the metro stitch on the other side, just joining both parts together here. And I'm going to repeat that on both sides. So just bring the yarn from the corner to the middle, and then going to slide, put the yarn through this side, and then around to the other side, so I can pull this tight like this to make the shape of the feet. Okay, and then I'm going to glue here the front of it. I just think it's better to glue it. It's easier as well. And then here for the scarf with this fur yarn, I'm just going to put it through with the hook. Well, that's an easy way to make anyway. So you can put some glue if you want. And then now I need to attach this make my eyes and make the little carrot here as well. I'll put through a few stitches here and then on the head. Okay guys, there you go, it's looking good. What do you think? Let's put the eyes now. So this is my snowman for you guys. I would have made this if I make the second time. I would make with, I used GK yarn, and I think it was a little too thick just because of the mattress stitch. As you can see here, you can see the mattress stitch, and on the back here as well. It's a little too thick for mattress stitch, so I would have made with 8-ply yarn, would be much better. And this is the last thing. I'm going to just glue this carrot nose that I made. I made only with single crochets. So I'm just gonna glue this right there. Keep holding it for a little longer, guys. Let me know in the comments if you made a snowman for yourself, if you like this tutorial. I wanted to make one for me and I only had a Sentro 48, so that's why I did this tutorial. And I hope you guys enjoyed it. I had fun making it. And this is the final result. Thank you all for watching, and I hope you guys enjoy your Christmas and your holidays. And I see you on the next week.